All right, at the end of the second line from the top. And that is the difference between the Chochmah and the Oynek. They are saying the identical thing, except the Oynek says it at the essential level, where there is not any content. The Oynek is Oynek Atzmi. In our terms, maybe we would say he's Misanik from being, because being is a wonderful thing. Why? Because being is a godly reality. And this is the Oynek HaNefesh. And then from that Oynek drawn, that Oynek is drawn into Chochmah. And the Chochmah, there's a very, the Indian for his slapshus. That in Chochmah there would be, there could be specificity, and even if it's all-encompassing, it is also essentially specificity, because there is the all. And at the end of that second line, Ad sheyuchal gamkein, lehavi ulegales hadover, that the hislapshus, excuse me, that takes place in Chochmah has a certain, a certain form, and therefore the hislapshus is such that it's possible. So yuchal gamkin lahavi ulgalis hadover, you can bring down the ulgalis hadover and to actually express it, to reveal the specificity. מפני שבו באיזה ציור והלבושו בדבר מה. Because of the fact that the Oynek has entered some kind of a form, בהלבושו בדבר מה, and it expresses itself in some דבר מה, in some thing, because it is something. Therefore, it is possible that there should be a megalas ador. Let us try, since we have already had this overall overview yesterday, let's try to put and to draw from these words the real message. The real message is, he says that Chochmah is kam be'eze inyan. But we said Chochmah is not eze inyan, Chochmah is everything. The point, therefore, is this. This which we just now said, that the Oynek HaNefesh is misanig in being. Misanig in being is a Chochmah statement. It's not a Nefesh statement. Nefesh is, the Oneg HaNefesh does not need a definition what's the Oneg about. And it doesn't have a definition, not even that type of a definition. Chochmah has this tzir. This tzir, Messianic in being, is, on the one hand, this is a tzir, we're stating what the Oneg is about. On the other hand, it is really devoid of tzir because there's no specificity. What's about being? But in this tzir of Chochmah, this is the tzir that we say that this is all-encompassing. That any aspect that can be drawn from being is included in this. And the tzir is so present, so real, that to the point he says, he can actually be megalad, because he can actually reveal the thing. What does it mean by revealing the thing? Revealing means have the extreme specificity. He has Oneg in being because being is such and such. And he has Oneg in being itself because of this particular aspect of being. He can go all the way to that. But that, and that is all included, and that is all based and drawn from the fact that in Chochmah there is that tzir. Mipnei, let's finish this line, Mipnei shebo be'ezeh tzir v'halbosha b'dovar ma. Because it has come in Chochmah, in some kind of a form, and some kind of halbosha b'dovar ma. What is dovar ma? Dovar ma means in something. This something can be all-encompassing, but it's a something, it's not above something, the way it is in Nefesh.
So this line is not talking about the very specific inyanim that Chochmah identifies. This is talking about the general being.
That's right. This is Chochmah. This is what he says. Let's read it again. Just want to show you. Let's have some type of little notation. Areze bobe halboshe be'eze yinyan. The Chochmah comes halboshe in some inyan. Ba'meshu hu misanek, what he's misanek in. Vehu, and what does that mean? Shubo b'tziur eze dover. That it comes in a tzir, in the form of Eizeh Dover. This Eizeh Dover, as we shall see in the end of this line, this Eizeh Dover does not mean a specific thing. Eizeh Dover means in something. Chochmah has some kind of a statement. Like we said, to be is a statement, is a Dover. The Nefesh does not have that in to be. Nefesh has only knowledge of the Meirish. And the Soinik is one with Elikus. Eizeh Dover means a Dover. That's the difference in Chochmah comes in a Dover. Shezeh Hadoar Chochmah Ho'atzmi Shebo'in Hazeh. This is the Chochmah Atzmi in this in. Shebozehu Misanik. That Chochmah defines a dover in which he's misanik. Add to the extent sheyuchal gamkin lohovi ulgal es hadover.
That's a specific.
That's it. It's possible that you should actually bring and reveal it. So clearly till now we're not talking about revealed dover. What then is a dover mean? A dover does not mean that thing. It means something. If there is something, it's not nefesh anymore.
Being is already something.
Being is already something.
So is that the diuk with Chochma Ha'atzmis? In other words, the Chochma Ha'atzmis is really identifying the, the aspect of Chochma that encompasses everything. And the Galas Hadavar is...
The Chochma Atzmis B'Inyan Hazeh. Okay, I think we'll leave it alone for the time being. Being that it comes, that in Chochma it has come in some tziyur and some halbosha. Halbosha means that it has a garment, which means it has something to say about itself. Why are you misanik? What are you oinik from? There is a from. If there is a from, it's no longer the oinik the way it is in the nefesh.
What's the code for that? It's not a from. It's not. It's not. It doesn't have what.
The nefesh.
No, the Ayin.
The Ayin is nefesh. Has no keli. Ayin has no keli.
So how could you hold it?
You can't hold it. That's the reality of nefesh. That's above keli. Keli is only in keches pnimi. Ayin is not a keches pnimi. Chochma is a keches pnimi. Oineg is not something, Oineg HaNefesh is not something you hold on to. Oineg HaNefesh is something that is being supplied to you on a constant basis all the time from the neighbors. You don't hold, just like life. Can you hold on to life? Life is something which is given all the time from the Nefesh. There's no life inherent in the Guf. The Guf does not live an instant without the Nefesh giving it life. And then, from that, he has kelim for certain giluyim of life. But the life itself, there's no kelim. To the extent that, like we had Shabbos Eshingiman, didn't know that he was alive. He knew all kinds of other things, but he didn't know that he was alive. Okay, so let's go further in this parenthesis. V'hoyikor, ma sheyichoy limlo havi begilui. But and the principle, ma sheyichoy limlo havi begilui. The fact that it is possible to bring this inyan hanefesh, this inyan ha'ayin legilui, who that is kasher bo behasogos dover. When this comes further down, behasogas dover, in the comprehension of something like saying, you can hold on to, you can actually define it. Avol k'mei shehu b'bchinas ha'chochmo, but as the sinyan is b'bchinas ha'chochmo, in the b'china of the chochma b'china, harei ze gam kin l'mayla b'bchinas gilu. Then it is in the Bechina of Chochma, then it is also L'man of Bechinas Gilu. Just as in Nefesh it is L'man of Bechinas Gilu, in Chochma also it is L'man of Bechinas Gilu. Ubefrad Bechinas Chochma Ha'atzmis. And particularly in the Bechina of Chochma Ha'atzmis. I'm emphasizing B'bchinas ha'chochma, b'bchinas gilui, b'bchinas chochma ha'atzmis, because we already pointed out many times the meaning of the word b'china. Chochma, particularly as we are speaking over here, it's like chochma atzmis, is not a metzius. You can't hold on to it and point, this is Chochmah. It hardly has a presence. It has a Bechina. Like we said, to be is not a mitzvah. To be is an essential thing. A mitzvah is when you can contrast it. But to be and not to be is not a contrast. There's nothing to contrast to. It's a fundamental reality. I don't even know what it means not to be. I only know what to be. What it means not to be? You understand what I'm saying? So to be is not a mitzvah, but there is a bechina. There is a certain sense and the positivity of it. This is what the Rebbe is saying here. Prat bebechinas chochma ho'atzmis, particularly in the bechina of chochma ho'atzmis. Chochma ho'atzmis. Chochma ho'atzmis means chochma. Please follow this. Chochma that emanates directly from the truth of the Yetzer, without any external solicitation. Not an answer to a question. The chokhmah that is there because of what I am. Shezehu k'meishi hu adayim b'hafsoto legamri al derech Moshe. This is where the chokhmah is adayim b'hafsoto legamri, in total hafsoto. Which means hafsoto, no garment. Hafsoto means unclothed. You're saying it's mulubush. And what is it mulubush? It's mulubush in hafsot. How is it hafsot? There is an element mikol. So in truth, this is something which is above any kind of halbosha, any kind of gilui. Mikol still, we said before that in chokhmah there is a union from gilui. Mi sheshayach leher yezeh. The Rebbe is challenging each one of us. Mi sheshayach leher yezeh. One who can relate to this sense, yuchal lehovi al kol ponim ulegalit hadov. He can bring al kol ponim in any case, even though it is b'hafshota. But if one is sensitive and allows himself to be sensitive, does not limit his perception on halbosha, so then it is possible that he should yuchal lahavi or al koponim ugal, he can be megalad in some sense, on a sense level, not on a grasp level. So this is the way it is in Chochmah. Avol k'mei shehu b'tainug ha'atzmi. But as the Sinyan is in tainug ha'atzmi, in a tainug ha'atzmi, in the essential tainug, which is, why is there tainug? Because of the Yetzer. By tainug, clearly, in tainug ha'atzmi, clearly there is not a trigger. There is not a solicitation. Tainug ha'atzmi, this is the life element of the etzem. What I'm referring to is, we said in the past, in our physical world, a rock seems to be an atzem. The Alter Rebbe actually says that rock is testimony to atzmos. But we pointed out, a rock is not an atzmi. An atzmi does not know himself, is not an atzmi. It's only attesting to the fact that there is an atzmi someplace. But this is not an atzmi, means that he is himself through and through. Oineg is the life element, is the conscious element of the atzmi, of the atzmi. The union of this oineg in the atzmi is he's an atzmi. It's in a matter of speech, but in a matter of speech we would say he's an atzmi and he wants to be what he is. He's an atzmi, so therefore it's inadvertently, he was made in what he is. He didn't have a choice to be what he is, he was made in what he is. That's meant an atzmi. He says, no, but there is oineg in this. Which means he has the full complement of being an atzmi. He wants it. This is the oineg in this. This is the oineg alaki, and that comes along with this, that was given into the nefesh. The nefesh is a real atzmi. Let us contrast this. Although we don't know, the Rambam says that the Galgalim, they all know, the Makim is Beiram know that, but the way we perceive it, the sun, even in our stretch of imagination, where we are able to perceive the sun, and we have, so to speak, logical pointers that our sun is a bihiri be'etzim. It's an atzmi. Its light, its brightness is not from the enormous heat that it produces. It is etzem bihiri. Even there, it's an etzem bihiri, but does it have a choice? Does it want to be a bihiri? Does it have an oineg in being a bihiri? That we don't perceive. We perceive that it's a bihiri because it was made to be a bihiri. And it serves the way the Creator made it to serve. But it does not serve the Creator. The Creator made it to serve the world. The Rambam says that yes, indeed, the Galgalim know that it says that they move towards the west because Shchun is on by Ma'irav, that there is, but we do not perceive it. So that we don't perceive it, it is a means by which we can contrast it to the atzim of the nefesh. The atzim of the nefesh for sure knows itself and is misanik in being what it is.
Isn't that already? I mean, we're making such fine distinctions in the Chachma at the highest level. There's a Eizadavar. This also sounds like he wants. There's something that he wants. There's not something outside, but there's a wanting. So
Yes,
why
of
is
course.
that not? Why is that completely above Eizadavar?
What? Nefesh?
The Tainuk
Oineg.
Ha'atzmi. Yeah. In other words, this Tainuk Ha'atzmi is the awareness of the he wants to be what the Eibishter made him.
Yes, but this is one of those things that just like one thing is a rotzen, we have to be able to perceive a rotzen without the negative.
Right.
He wants it not because he doesn't want the opposite.
Right.
There's no opposite. So that want is what's called a rotzen poshut.
And even the Chochmah element, right? So to speak.
Even the Chochmah is
that's also no. There's no negative there either.
There's no negative in that is much.
But there's a difference.
But there's a
This is the difference. There's the whole difference. Okay.
But we brought out yesterday, on that basis, I think we should listen over
Okay.
as much as we can. But
so the Chokhmah is like less mufshat, but it's Tainug in being like we had, but no not being, no negative.
that's why you point out all the time that Chokhmah is truly a godly miracle. To be a Metzias and not a Metzias at the same time. This is the godly statement, Naasa Odom. It's a specific creation. Specific creation, Naasa Odom. Doesn't say, let's make a nefesh. That's an emanation, a godly emanation. To create species, boom, boom, boom. Naasa Odom, that's a special plan. Odom is really a contrast of tremendous scope. אבל כמו שהוא בתענוג עצמי, but as the Ayin is in the Tainuk Atzmi, snooze number 2, let me just finish the line. The way it is in Tainuk Atzmi, hu shemisaneg be'etzem nafshoi, this is where the Ainug is be'etzem nafshoi, the essence of his nefesh, not on an experiential level, where the nefesh experiences something. No, it permeates the very essence of the nefesh itself. Be'etzem ha'inyan, in the sonic, within the etzem inyan itself. Again, not the message of the inyan, not the experience of the inyan, but the inyan itself. As the inyan is prior to being put into any kind of halbosh, any kind of a garment, any kind of definition, he can't even say that he misaneg in being. That's over here. Excuse me, halbosh. B'tziyur be'ezeh dover ma. I see in some kind dover ma that you can contrast it with its opposite. Kiyim be'etzem ho'inyan. Only in the etzem of the inyan k'mei shehu be'etzem mamosh. The way the inyan is be'etzem mamosh, truly be'etzem, which means it's a fundamental truth. Muvshat mikol lavush v'tziyur, totally devoid of any garment in any form.
How do you know he's there?
That exists exclusively because of Elokus. In a worldly context, no matter what worldly context you want to extend to that kind of hapshot does not exist. Yes.
So how do you know it's there if you don't have no communication with it? It's there because you say it's there. Who's different? How do you access it? How do you relate to it? How do you
listen to what you're saying. Do you live by knowing that you have a nefesh, or by having a nefesh? How do you have a nefesh if you don't know it?
Yeah, but there's different states. The different states. I do know. I'm aware, and I feel.
And when you're not aware, do you live?
Yeah. So that's what's the point.
Yeah. How do you live without knowing?
So, no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what's the point of engaging if you're not engaging. In other words, you have someone who's alive.
The point is that this is, as I said, this is the godly presence itself.
There's a purpose for it. That purpose.
This is the godly presence itself. Without that, the human being would just be a facade. This is why what you do has significance, because you have a real nefesh.
Mm.
This is it for this morning. Have a good day. Okay, please give us. We always say about 3 minutes.